everyone, today I'll be reviewing this highly anticipated documentary series just dropped on Netflix. It's called Harry and Meghan, and this documentary series, it is only part 1 just dropped, and based on this part 1, my review is going to be 2 part. I will tell you what do I think about this documentary part 1 itself, and what do I think about these topics they are covering here. So I thought this documentary itself, I was actually really excited to see this, although I have seen the trailer. If you have seen the trailer, your expectation for this documentary, based on that, it might be really different, because this documentary, mainly this part, it focuses on how Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, how they met. And Prince Harry, he talks a lot about in this documentary, like all this tabloid always running all these headlines against them, and how they met. All this tabloid destroyed his mom's life. Now they are here to destroy his wife's life. He feels like this documentary, I would say itself, whoever made this documentary, I forgot to look up to who made that. This documentary starts out, is really very slow-mo and boring. I felt like the way it start, especially for documentary series, especially normal audience, they do not care about your love life or anything. You need to show people like the drama, juicy detail. Why did you leave England? Why did you leave your home country? Why did you leave your monarchy? Although I don't think they will be focusing on that based on this part 1. So far looks like this documentary, it is just focus on how did they met, which is we all know, because all these things they showed us in this documentary, we all have seen it, because they were always on headlines everywhere. However, I really like in this documentary when Meghan Markle's life they were showing, because Meghan Markle, I think end of the day, her story, how she ended up here and where she is right now, it is very interesting, because I know many people don't like her for some reason in England. When you see this documentary, you understand why they don't like her, which is like really, people, it's 2022. I feel like this documentary, once Meghan Markle mom, when she showed up, I found all the scene, her mom was telling us how she grew up, and how all this, again, all this tabloid were running in England, they are calling her, she's from Compton, she's from in Skid Row. If you've been to LA, you know what is this means. If you are from those neighborhood, that is, I think in some part they were defending themselves in this documentary. So many ways this documentary, it is focused on like defending themselves. End of the day, these two people, they are very famous people in the world, and they are doing this documentary to clear. I felt like they are, especially Prince Harry, every time he was on this documentary series, he was talking about, one time he wear this uniform and it was really bad, and he was saying, I need to do better. And he was talking about all this tabloid, all this thing were running online about him when he was growing up, which did bother him, I guess, that I didn't know. And Meghan Markle, I really like her story, probably because, all these people always going after her. They don't know, end of the day, when she was talking about Meghan Markle, she did had a career ahead of her when she met Prince Harry. And, she had a whole future plan for herself. Then she met this prince, and actually when she met him and she got married, and she was settling down in England and doing all these her duties. I was even thinking, how is this girl giving up Hollywood life to settle down in England? End of the day, Hollywood life is glamorous life, and she left this life to live in England. Obviously, she didn't last there. And end of the day, she is from America. How do you settle down in England? It's hard. And obviously, she didn't last there because of all these people, I guess, made her life really miserable. And when I read all this tabloid and all these people online who genuinely really hate on her for no reason, and I find it really very sad, because she didn't do anything wrong here, and she just got married to this family, and she was like being, thrown into corner. Then again, she always supposed to be in the corner because now that you know how the monarchy work, King Charles, then the next line is the William. Prince Harry, he isn't in the next line or anything like that. I guess he will still inherit some money or something like that. I don't know much about monarchy or anything. I'm just telling you about this documentary. I guess this documentary itself, it wasn't very entertaining, but this documentary did try to throw in all this race drama. End of the day, people are tuning in to see this race drama. Especially if you have seen her interview with the Oprah, although you will think you will be getting a lot of juicy royal insight. Unfortunately, I feel like this documentary series is quite modified than what initially was planned. Maybe, I don't know. That being said, I think this documentary itself, it isn't very entertaining. But if you want to know more about Meghan Markle, her mom, what was happening with her, the royal family, for those, I think it can be really interesting. Some part is really drag because you have seen all this scene before. Some part are not. Overall, I think this documentary is okay. It's not as great as I was hoping, but it's not bad either. But however, I really like all the story on Meghan Markle. And she was coming out and telling us what was happening with us. I found those parts to be interesting, and that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this documentary series. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix series. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.